here we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I'm not going to get copyright infringements against me. I'm not stealing anyone's slogan. Yeah, man. I'm here. I'm Selector Brew, back with another edition of the AEW Dynamite review. And tonight we have a very special episode, seeing as how we review all Elite Wrestling. You guys are going to be able to get the review done by the two most elite correspondents here on Jofo in the Ring. That is I, Selector Brew, and of course, Alex, the Elite Package, right there down below. Alex, how you doing?
Hey Bruno, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm
glad to be too sweet and too elite. We are
too sweet and too elite. I like that. That is I think that may be the slogan of the show right there. It only took us about 3 months to get there, but we're there. We're there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just you and I tonight. Should be fun. I don't think we've had any one-on-one episodes together. Just us two. So let's get into it here. Let's get into it here. We kicked off the show with my favorite guy, Adam Cole. Adam Cole joining us at the announce table to commentate this opening match. We had Jeff Hardy against what's his name again?
Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish, that's it.
Yeah.
I wrote Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know why, and I knew it wasn't him. Yeah. So, I liked it, but before I let you go, all I can say is, I think they need to keep like Jeff Hardy in like tag team matches right now, just with Matt, quick spots. Because Bobby Fish is a really good wrestler, and he's really starting to grow on me. Him and Kyle O'Reilly, not Adam Cole, but yeah, man, I liked it. I liked it, and you know me, I'm a nostalgia fan, but there was just a tempo less than I feel Fish could hit when he's with really good wrestlers. But all due respect, he's fighting against Jeff Hardy. It's a notch on his belt. It's a match on tape on the tapes, for the history books. What are your thoughts on this opener?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. I thought it was a good opener. It's a bit of a change of pace for sure, especially the past couple of weeks where we had in comparison of the opening matches with, Dax and Cash Wheeler from last week. We had Punk and Dustin Rhodes, Punk and Penta Oscuro. So, I mean, definitely not the same level of match like caliber, but and it makes sense, and I agree. Like Jeff Hardy, at his age, at the level that he was wrestling, of all the bumps and the bruises that he's taken, of all those ladders and crazy TLC matches and stuff, his strengths is definitely not going to be in the singles match. So yeah, definitely he would be better suited in tag team with Matt Hardy, which we're going to get a lot more of. But I mean, just like looking at my notes, as always, we always talk like Bobby Fish. His offense is really good. It's really unique. We always talk about the Avalanche Falcon Arrow, which was another great spot. And I like that after when Jeff Hardy kicked out, he went immediately to a leg lock. That was really unique.
Yeah. I noticed that too.
Yeah, he was working on the leg for most of the match, Bobby Fish on Jeff Hardy's leg. So that was cool. I'm sure he's done it before, but I don't know. I mean, I can't remember seeing it, but yeah.
Two things you touched on there that one thing is that you said it's a different change of pace as to how they started the last shows. And as we get into it, to the detriment of the show, I think this was supposed to be that match, maybe, because, I don't know. It didn't have, usually it like starts like, it's like a higher slope and it goes down. I don't know. Well, we'll get into it. I feel that this
in waves. I think it was in waves.
I feel like this match though was supposed to be one of those big openers. But the crowd was into it. The second that Hardy Boys music, big up Tony Khan on purchasing the music, being a big, because like literally like just that. I remember when I haven't been following Raw or WWE in a long time, and I went a couple years ago with 8 tracks from Jofo podcast, and I can't remember if it was the one when Frank was there or not. And the only person there that I knew was Shane McMahon. and he came out to start the show. His music hit. I was pumped, and I just popped because it was like the song, everything, the nostalgia. So yeah, and the other thing you said was that Jeff Hardy, the bumps and everything, this point of his career, that's not the best to put him in a singles match, which ties into the ending of the match, which was, so what the fans have been asking for. We got to see the first. Is this the first confrontation officially, Hardy Boys and Young Bucks?
Yeah, I think it's the first one technically on TV because like on Being the Elite every Monday on YouTube, they've been doing like little like interactions, little promos with each other.
You know what?
Yeah,
It's been a good couple months. I haven't seen. You know what, man? Freaking
yeah.
YouTube.
I don't watch it though. I don't watch it often though. Just
Yeah, but you know what? It's one thing. I love you, YouTube. I hate you at the same time because if you don't watch something just for like a couple of a couple weeks or something, bam! I find it just flies off your radar, out of your subscriptions. You don't see what the hell is going on. It's weird. It's weird. Either way, but yeah, I'm gonna get back into because I like that sometimes. Mindless like 10 minutes of like stupid.
Well, I mean,
sometimes
I try not to watch all of it. It's too much though. Some of it is too much.
Yeah. That's when at one point I stopped watching it. But at the beginning of the Dynamite, I feel they were using a little more to drive some characters and storylines, and then it just started becoming absurd because they had a whole bunch of TV and they didn't really need it anymore. And that's just my fucking opinion. What's up, Big Joe? Let's go. What's up, Circle of Debate?
Yeah.
Oh, we have Steph watching on Twitch. What's up, Steph? I didn't check that out. Yeah, so we're going to soon one day see the Hardy Boys against the Young Bucks, the old Hardys against the quote-unquote new Hardys.
The thing I just one thing I know that's they're probably going to touch upon it later on, but it's like it's not their first meeting, the Hardys and the Young Bucks. Like the highest I think profile match they had was in ROH, like I think like 5 years ago, before the Hardys went back to WWE, which was either 2017 or 2018, whatever WrestleMania they came back on. I can't remember, but they had a ladder match against each other for the ROH tag titles.
It's never mentioned. Yeah. It's never mentioned.
I mean, I guess it was like 30 seconds or so that they were on screen together tonight, so they're not gonna just like say it right away. But I'm sure it's gonna come up because now they have the footage, they own ROH, AEW, so yeah, that should come up for sure.
It's definitely helping Tony easily create some extra storylines and options for storylines, as we saw tonight. We'll see with the former Big Cass. We'll talk about that. No, he's from Impact, actually. Sorry.
Yeah.
But still, using the other promotions and their guys that are quote unquote over, without well, we'll get to that. But for now, let's move it over to Regal's promo. And one thing I wrote down from this is that we all have to remember that the eyes are the window to the soul. Is the essence here of William Regal's promo. Would he say that any person that has a knife and you ask them to stab 100 people, if I'm mistaken, is that what he said? Well, he'll stab. Back me up here.
Yeah, sure. No. But this promo is actually like it's a shortened version of what they showed on YouTube. I know we're talking about YouTube again, but AEW, they do the road to like the Dynamite every week.
Yeah.
I don't always watch it unless there's something that really stands out. And I saw there was a Regal promo. This was about 3-4 minutes, so they only showed maybe a minute of it. But no, like the basic gist of it was that he started like most people say the eyes are the window to the soul, but in the cases of pro wrestlers, it's the scars that really tell the story of the soul. And that was like the main point of the promo. It's really really good, talking about the Blackpool Combat Club. They're all about violence, and so their idea is that they don't want to just like end you or like finish you off right away, like they beat you up. It's like they want to leave the reminder of the scars of the damage that they did to you. So the idea is that if you give a knife to 100 people, 99 of them are going to stab the person that they hate the most. Like they're gonna use it to stab and like kill the person that they hate the most.
Yeah, where they want you to have a scar to remember. Pretty much.
Exactly. The Blackpool Combat Club, they're just going to take the knife and put the scar on you so you remember them. So, and it's Regal. He's a master.
I loved it. I love Regal. He's a wordsmith. He's definitely a
Yeah.
wordsmith. He's a
Good
great
one. Yeah.
character. Even when, later on when he was on commentary, he just kept. I couldn't even keep up with all the little
Yeah.
one-liners. He's sticking with Man in the Mask
On the
too.
ball. Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that was our next match. Actually, right with
Oh yeah,
the
you're right.
as Excalibur referred to them now, easier for me to remember the BCC, the the Blackpool Combat Club, against the Butcher, the Blade, and who I thought was extinct or something, Angelico.
Yeah,
and
he's still around.
Angelico said, but I heard was it Jack Evans, was his partner,
Yeah.
didn't get re-signed actually.
Yeah, they didn't renew his contract. Yeah,
Yeah.
they let it expire. Yeah, it's too bad. They're a good tag team, and yeah, like just you could have had so many like, well, I'm not gonna say so many, but solid matches. It would have been a good match for the Hardys to get a win over
I
another
feel
team that they
yeah.
could have beaten.
I feel
Yeah,
they were a good, like like you said, a good team to enhance teams on Dark or early matches in Dynamite. They were good. They were characters. Evans had a very dynamic. Is dynamic the word, or just diverse moveset, or different, unique
sure. Yeah,
moveset? And Helico too. What's his style of wrestling? Is that Mexican, his style?
yeah. He's like a mix of lucha libre, but he also knows a lot of like submission and grappling. So I guess you could say it's like British style wrestling mixed with lucha libre a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, it's a cool mix, and he has a lot of like charisma. Like he's like, well, I mean, maybe not. I would say a lot of charisma, but like, like the way
Yeah,
I just feel like, yeah,
they're both a unique character, and they're committed to them. And sometimes, sometimes people pull it off. Sometimes people pull it
yeah,
off too much, and they're too in character. But yeah, I like them. So we'll see. Evans is gone, and Helico here. Obviously, we knew what was going to come of this match. Uh, Anything stand
yeah.
out to you in this match?
Um, I'm just thinking. I mean, just maybe it's me overthinking it, but I did like the fact that the is it AFO now, right? Because not AHFO, Hardy's out. So the AFO, they jumped the BCC at the start, especially after we saw that promo from Regal. We're saying that, like the BCC is the most violent group. We're gonna leave
Yeah,
scars on you. So maybe it wasn't related, but just I thought it was a nice touch that to follow that the heels are gonna like be aggressive because they know that these guys are gonna beat the shit out of them if they aren't. So
I
I like that kind of touch.
I thought actually from the camera angle that we saw, I legit thought it was someone in the crowd at first that like fucking
It's
shot
true with
something
Mox,
or
yeah.
said something because you never know Moxley he just loses
Yeah.
off the handle there. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they did their shtick. We got some again the good wordsmith of William Regal behind the desk. I didn't get a chance to write down any of the quotes like I like to do for him.
Yeah.
But
Me neither. But
uh,
yeah, I just oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they did their usual there. I like the way their gimmick with these three is they all get their finisher move at the same time.
Yeah.
I want legal. How legal is that? I don't know. But
Well, I mean, it's the AEW refs sometimes they give a lot of leeway to the competitors. But what I just wanted to mention is that they really like kept like putting it over like multiple times during the match and even before that. Wheeler Yuta is going to be part of the Japan Best of the Super Juniors tournament that's
yeah,
coming up. So that's good. I mean, it's obviously it's a good sign of the relationship that they have together, AEW and New Japan, as we know because of the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Um, but it's good for Wheeler Yuta because I think honestly he's going to lose a lot of matches in that tournament, which is good. It's actually going to help build his I think character in the BCC. It's still weird to say that, but
the
it's gonna
black.
help him.
It rolls off the tongue. The VCC.
Yeah, I mean he's in there with people with a lot more experience than he has in there. Like there's some like good names in the tournament. I don't know which block he's in, so I don't know how many people he's gonna wrestle or which ones he's gonna wrestle. But there's some like mainstays of New Japan like Hiromu Takahashi, Taguchi. Some people from Mexico as well, like the guy Titan.
One of them gets
Some
one of them gets called out later tonight, doesn't he? One of the Japanese wrestlers gets called out, I believe,
Oh
right?
yes, yeah, but he's not from New Japan. Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
okay.
talk about him later. Yeah,
Uh,
but there's also Ace Austin from Impact Wrestling too in the Best of the Super Junior. So good representation all around. So I thought it was good that they kept mentioning the Wheeler Yuta is going to be in that tournament. It's going to help his character, and it's going to help the BCC.
So to keep his name on, so to keep his name out there, he's in different companies, different angles, different storylines. Now featured, like you said, he's probably to get featured with some big name wrestlers in that tournament. So win or lose, it's just good for his career to be seen alongside some of these guys, right? That's what I think. Yeah. Big things with Wheeler Yuta. Again, I like him, but I feel it's another one of those AEW out of nowhere big pushes. Yeah. Like, it's like out of nowhere, just like bam, this is the guy. We're gonna throw him everywhere. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's very particular how they do it sometimes. Who they choose, how they choose them. I'm really thinking that with all these contracts and names that Tony has, I think that a lot of them have like clauses like I'm gonna do like one match a month, but I'll appear, like I'll show up for TV like X amount of times, or like, you know what I mean, with the amount of guys he has, like a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We see him so much, doesn't wrestle so much, but I think it's a way for Tony to be able to negotiate so many contracts and have so many names, because he's a fiend of having just characters out there. Like if you have one wrestler out there with 2 managers against one wrestler with 3 managers, he'll bring just to have all those names, the camera time, and so I think that he may have some really unique contract negotiations, perhaps the way he chooses which guys. The younger guys, he must have like, you're working whenever the hell I tell you type of contracts. The younger guys. Then the older guys, it's like, that's just what I think. But hey, who knows? One thing I do know that they're finally giving a push to, I'm happy to, is Hobbs and Starks.
Yes.
So we got a promo for them in the back. And they got approached by Jurassic Express, who Jungle Boy, if I'm not mistaken, said he thinks it would be fun to challenge them, to accept their challenge, but it would be more fun if first he gets a challenge for the FTW title, which is on Rampage. I think they said they're going to do it, right?
Sometime next week. I don't know if it's Dynamite or Rampage next week.
You know what? I think it's next week on Dynamite, because the Rampage is that 5:30 thing they kept talking about.
Did you know what time it was at?
I think that Britt Baker match is like going to be the only big match, right, on that whole thing. Like they're starting to show with that match.
Well, I mean, there's a couple other ones. We'll have to check the list, but I think. Let's see. Yeah, can't remember them all, but. Well, I mean, Hook is wrestling.
Hey, everyone knows that Hook is just going to rack up those W's. And one of these days, I know he'll be watching, I know he'll be listening. Frank, just like he turned around to the company of AEW, just like he turned around to Cody Rhodes, there'll be a day when he's like, you know what, that Hook, he's good. He's the real deal, that Hook. Man, like, his match that he had with Danhausen, that whole little confrontation, I finally got a chance to see it. Who was it that came out after that he threw around? Austin Aries? What's his name? What's the name of it? Tony Nese. Tony Nese.
Yeah, Tony Nese and Sterling Mark was with them. Yeah, Mark Sterling. Or Mark Sterling. That's it.
Hook's fucking, like, he threw that guy, like, for a little, like, he puts power, like his suplexes are like good throws, like for a smaller guy. Like he throws them as if he was like a stocky, built guy, Like I feel like he has like a few different suplexes. We'll see. At least all I want to say is at least is a guy where he's probably gonna be feuding or beefing with him now, Tony Nese, and not freaking Danhausen, which I'm happy that his first big, let's say, program is gonna be against a wrestler, a guy who looks like he could fight. So
for sure, yeah.
Let's
give him a challenge.
Let's give him a challenge. Let's move it along here. What's Big Joe and Preston P saying before I move it along? Hey Big Joe, do you actually watch the new product? Big Joe was asking if the Brood would ever come back. Yeah, you're right. I got for 400s. Why you're right. So we got Preston P and Big Joe going out in the chat. We'll leave them to that. Big Joe, if you're interested, Edge is doing some sort of dark gimmick now on Raw.
Yeah. It's a Judgment Day. It's called
a little touch of the old dark Edge. Closest we'll get to the Brood Edge, I think. So we got the Jungle Boy facing off the FTW title. We all pretty certain he's probably gonna win. I mean, he's probably gonna lose via some sort of fuckery. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing whatever was happening with them. And please, I'm down for Starks and Hobbs to win this tag team title. I really think Jurassic Express have ran their course. That
yeah, I agree. It's been 4 or 5 months. Yeah. So the beginning of the year they won it, I think, in January or some point.
Yeah, they both need I think I said a couple of weeks ago. I think they need to break up right now, or not like a breakup or something like they pursue some singles, because I would like to see Luchasaurus 1-on-1 with some of the bigger guys. We know Butcher is one of the big guy jobbers. Let's see something over there down the line maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with them. We'll also see what happens with. We came back from commercial. We had Keith Lee and Shane Swerve Strickland, whatever the heck his name is there.
Yeah, you got it.
I got it now. Finally, Shane Swerve Strickland talking shit about Starks and Hobbs, so that beef is not done.
Yeah, it eventually has to end. I think it's coming to its end, the storyline, because they've been putting on great matches together, in any combination that they're doing, Swerve, Lee, Hobbs, and Starks. But I think it's time to end it. Hopefully.
Yeah. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna win the title, and then they're gonna have a good feud against Lee and Swerve, but not but they're gonna retain. But that'll be their big first defense. Yeah, sure. Maybe it's a build for that. But one build that I'm loving to watch the build, and I know Frank is at home. I don't know if he hated it. I loved it. We got Wardlow was back, and boy oh boy, we did not get the same old that we get every week here. We got Wardlow. We got was it William Morrissey? His name?
Yeah, they called him William. I don't know if he called him. Yeah, it's his full name, William Morrissey, but he just usually goes as W Morrissey.
Yeah, W Morrissey. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So W Morrissey looking jacked, looking ripped, looking like a beast, like he should have, like a guy that if Wardlow beats him, it's impressive, right? That's the whole point of this thing. Yeah. And I love this match. It worked good. That fucking backflip thing that Wardlow did. Yeah. I want to know, was it planned? Because if it was, it's even a sicker move for him that he was gonna go over top and make it like he hits him and lands on his feet. The way he stuck that landing right after, or was it just a really good backflip that it was one of those, he didn't really catch him type of thing. But it looked really good, smooth.
Yeah, either way, that's it. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It was like a flipping clothesline type of shit. He flipped and hit him with his upper body, and then landed on his feet. Then went into just good old fashioned one clean, solid power bomb on the 7-footer, and 1, 2, 3. I love this match, and then the afterbirth. What are your thoughts on now? It wasn't the same old. He's just leaving. I'll let you take it from here.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just gonna touch upon that. I agree. It's about time that I feel like they did a little something different at the end. The match was better than I expected. Morrissey, he's improved a lot since WWE, NXT, since he was Big Cass. So he's done he's gotten better shape.
His presence,
his ring work too. I think
his presence, the way he moved, smooth. Didn't look like a clunky big guy. Looked like a big guy that could wrestle and is like, oh shit, we gotta take him serious,
Yeah, for sure. And I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting it to be over by one powerbomb, but so that I'm a little surprised because it took him 4 to beat Lance Archer, where Lance Archer's been there for a while in AEW, and I feel like Morrissey was a bigger threat than Archer, and it does make sense considering he's 7 foot tall.
You want to know why? We didn't. I don't think I brought it up last week, but one thing I noticed, maybe you did too. I think the whole symphony thing
Yeah.
I don't think it gets over every time. I don't think he could do it every time because I noticed last week at one point he lost the crowd. Like after he did like after the second one, it was like now the crowd just wanted to get the last one and get the pin so they could pop for the victory. And
Sure. Yeah.
I feel I like it better this way. I hope this is like just trying to transition out of it always being the 5 power bombs. Maybe that could be like the big thing that happens, at a pay per view when he finally gets his hands on on MJF or something. But last week out of 5, when you're doing on a big guy, you have 5 chances of watching it, right? And so here it's like it looked good. He got him up, and again, it takes 2 to tango in this sport. So big up William Morrissey. Really doesn't roll off the tongue his name. I hate to say, Dub Morrissey.
Should just be Morrissey.
Yeah,
just be Morrissey. I think is better. But
Morrissey, Big M. I'm just gonna call him. Fuck, Big M.
Not?
Fuck. So yeah, he moved good. Great match, and then so the afterbirth, the whole. You know what, man? One thing that went through my head when the flurry of security guards and Wardlow was beating the crap out of him. I feel the choreography there was no wasted movement, and it legit looked like a movie scene. Like the way the guys went to him, and like he did perfect, like a double hand chop on that guy, like a forearm on that guy, and you know what I mean. He didn't if you watch it back, I feel it was so smooth for the amount of guys that came in.
Yeah,
usually that type of thing. There's sometimes there's usually that one weird he has to grab the guy and just do something stupid. But yeah, it was like really good. He cleared the ring, and that's it. It's done. It's over. We're getting it. And we don't know what the stipulations are though. Of how.
You have to tune in next week, for the contract signing on Long Island, apparently.
That's it.
Before
MJF's
hometown.
Yeah, and before I forget, I didn't write it down, but I heard it in the background. Long Island, also the home of John Silver.
Yes.
Who was calling out CM Punk, which I'm guessing is going to be one of those opening matches for sure.
Yeah, it's Dynamite next week.
Dynamite, CM Punk, John Silver. The crowd's going to be hot to start the show.
Yeah. 8 p.m. We're hearing Cult of Personality. That's how it's going to start the show for sure.
I'm interested. I am looking forward to that one. John Silver, one of those guys I didn't want to like at the beginning. One of those I felt over gimmicked guys, but grew on me, and his work speaks for itself. This should be a good match. And
his in-ring work, he's really good. I just like his gimmick is like. I'm not completely sold on it. It's a bit too much for me, but he's really good in the ring, so I'll give him that. Like I can't say anything bad about he's really impressive. Like his speed and his his accuracy of his moves and
what I like it for
his execution is really good.
Yeah. He's really talented. He's really good. We see a potential. There's so many young, talented guys on AEW right now, and I like that they're not wasting him right now. And I could chalk it up. This is what I call for some guys, not for a bad thing, but they're rockers era. We grew up. We started, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. We started seeing them in that 90s era, But they had a whole 10-year career before that of undercard, like the rockers, you know what I mean? And and they did their thing, built their talent and their and everything, their personalities. And it's better that John Silver is not randomly thrust. He's in this gimmick. I hope that he'll finally get out of it down the line, and we'll see a little more serious. I know you always have that funniness to him, but just something different. Something the Dark Order right now is just that. What are they? How many are they now? 10, 9, 7?
Well, they lost one member because Stu Grayson. Apparently, the rumor is that AEW and him, they couldn't come to terms with a new contract. His contract expired May 1st, I think it was.
Oh wow!
With
really?
with the other people like Marco Stunt, Jack Evans we mentioned, and Joey Janela. So and then maybe just one more person. So which really sucks because he's local. He's from here, from our Quebec. He's Montrealer,
Yeah.
So it sucks to see. And
But wasn't he like Smash Bros or something with Evil Uno?
yeah, Super
like,
Smash Bros. With
but
player Uno, player Dos. Yeah.
So they kept Uno. They didn't keep Grayson.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe they still have time. Well, not they still have time, but they could still keep be negotiating. Just that not under contract. Like
Yeah. Well, Uno's all up on that Twitch and stuff, so
yeah,
he's doing the extra hustle. I think Grayson still has like the accent and stuff like that when he talks. So whatever. Who knows? Who knows?
It's a great tag team. You know, like it's. I'm not saying that you need like a million tag teams, but another good tag team that you have in your division, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Like,
but again, they're buried in the abyss of the Dark Order and whatever's going on there.
Was it who calls them the Dark Order? I think it's MJF or I don't know. I forgot who calls them the Dark Order.
The Dark Order. That's It sounds like it must be a Jim Cornette thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, it must be a Cornette thing. Sounds like a Cornette thing.
Has to be.
So again, in case we didn't know, 5:30 Friday, the no physicality clause between the women. Was it Ruby Soho and Toni Storm? Facing off against Britt Baker, and I always forget what's her name again.
Jamie Hayter.
Hayter.
And it's Dr. Britt Baker. Don't you forget, just like Tony Schiavone.
Dr. Britt Baker, the history maker.
Yes.
The history maker. She. So we get the promo here. Another just a generic promo to remind us that it's happening Friday.
Yeah, I just want this match to happen, and there's nothing like against any of these four women, but it feels like they always keep doing the same promo backstage, like every week. It's the same thing, and there's nothing wrong. Like there's not like it's
I
the same shit every week.
That they don't put the time. Like I know what they're doing because sometimes you want to start a beef, a storyline tonight. You want to end it in like maybe 6 weeks or 4 weeks. You want to keep the people remembering this happening. So they're trying to put something on TV like every week. Instead of but what they're doing is they're always doing, like you said, this same promo. Whereas it could be an easy, last week on freaking Dynamite, or, in case you guys missed it, what's been happening between Britt Baker and Thing, and they show like a 45-second little montage of like their feud and say a reminder it's gonna be 5:30. It's finally happening. On Friday. There's a lot of other ways they could remind you and keep the storyline going instead of, like you said, just doing the promo every week.
That's what I feel.
It's the promo.
It's the same thing. And then I think Ruby is good in her role. I like she was fine. It's just that like you could have easily had, not to say that you want to do it on Dynamite, but like just let's say used. Because we always talk about that they have like dark and dark elevation. But let's say like you had Ruby Soho do a match on dark or one of those dark elevation. Then after the match, she does a quick promo on Britt Baker or Jamie Hayter, and you just show a recap of that on Dynamite, 30 seconds. Instead of doing a brand new thing.
You know what they should try, since they do the picture-in-picture and they do these things like that? The old school Raw where they have during an entrance or during like the beginning of a match, the promo pops up, Yeah. Because you know what I mean? Like sometimes that this match is happening just because they're giving Britt Baker airtime because they want her to say something. But at the beginning of her match, they show the Toni Storm and Ruby Soho. Oh, and we actually caught up with Ruby Soho and that they're gonna face this Friday. Let's see what they had to say, And they talk their shit or whatever. There's a lot of other ways, me being the producer of the stars like I am here on the Jofo network, I know the tricks of the trade and the other ways you can edit around. Check out JWF. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. But let's move it along. We got reminded that May 29th is Double or Nothing. We cleared that up. And Adam Page is going into this one. He's settling any dust. And one of the things that I hate sometimes, he's making sure we know he is the heel going into this title defense as he accepts against CM Punk. And what do you think about this little moment here?
I was surprised because I always feel like CM Punk is a better heel. As much as he gets cheered, especially now, like it is at his point in his career, coming back after 7 years. obviously everyone's cheering. We're glad that he's back, or at least most of us, not everyone. Maybe not Eddie Kingston. Um, but I feel like CM Punk excels in his role as a heel because let's face it, always on air, like as his character, CM Punk's always been a dick. So like, why are we gonna pretend like CM Punk is a good guy? At least the character.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that
But
Hangman is going this.
it's the fans. Like they must have
Yeah,
said like
fan.
it'll be too forced right now to try. I think they got lucky when
Won't boo him. Yeah.
they got lucky when Danielson did it. Danielson did it good, and they just got rid of that for some reason. He's now again a face for no reason, but he came in.
Like
Everyone cheered the hell out of him, and he talked his way into being a heel. Which, to your point, CM Punk could probably do one in one promo. He could turn the crowd against him probably.
Sure.
But to his credit, Adam Page, what did he say that caught my ear was this is not gonna be a Bret Hart masturbatory tribute match that we're gonna shake hands and stuff like that. And so he really said,
that's some cowboy shit for sure.
Yeah, I like that. He really made sure that he could say things what he could say to make the quote unquote fans and marks hate him.
Yeah,
because
but I do like it, and I feel like this adds some interest to the match that wasn't there before.
Yeah,
like to have them like I know we've talked about it on the show. I think like pretty much all of us agree that Hangman winning was was fine. It was a really good moment, but then his matches afterwards have been great as title defenses, but his character has really like suffered. It's been lackluster.
Exactly, and I think like we just said, Danielson could do it. CM Punk could do it in one promo, turn heel face to heel. Give Adam Page credit. This promo, short, sweet. He articulated very well with the build up. How it's easy. I could say I could kiss ass pretty much in a nutshell. It's easy. I could kiss ass, but I'm not. And then he cut into the Bret Hart masturbatory tribute match thing and all that stuff, and made he's going in your heel. And I'm the Adam Page fan that I am again now interested in Hangman Adam Page. Finally. And
I agree. That's it. So it really hit home. Like, do you want to sell a main event? Good job, Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page.
Good job, Adam Page. This is one to look forward to. And you could maybe help me out on this next promo, as we had Lethal and what's their names now?
Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh. That's it.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I have to get it right.
Singh and Sanjay. Lethal, Singh, and Sanjay. We'll just say that. So who'd they call out? What's going on
here? They were calling out because I think they showed like a quick 30-second highlight package of
of all like foreign wrestler or Japanese.
Yeah, his name I have to read it because Konosuke Takeshita.
That's it.
And this guy's from DDT, and AEW also have an agreement with DDT like they have with New Japan. DDT is the promotion that Kenny Omega pretty much got known for in Japan before New Japan. So like this guy, like I've seen a few of his matches on AEW Dark. I've heard of his name like here and there. He's impressive, I'll be honest. This guy Takeshita, like his moveset, when you get a chance to see him on Rampage, because I think he's gonna have a pretty good match against Jay Lethal. Lethal has always been good, like in ring, and I think he's gonna mesh well with him. Takeshita, his moveset is really explosive. Like his finishing move is a jumping knee, and it's like to me, like right now, it's like the craziest jumping knee in wrestling right now. Like the way the speed that he gets, and then he just jumps up and like nails the guy in the face.
Like
it's an awesome move.
Like running like a knee, like knees right through him, or like a Triple H when he used to run and do that.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like you could say it's like a Triple H one, but the guy gets like super, like the amount of height that he gets and the speed that he gets before doing it, and he does it as a tribute to like there's a Japanese legend, Jumbo Tsuruta, that actually there's going to be an anniversary show of his passing, 22 or 3 years coming up. So there's a lot of history there in Japan for the jumping knee. So I'm excited to see him on Rampage with Jay Lethal.
Yeah, that should be interesting to see. And another guy that Jay Lethal finally fell into a character now that he's a heel, was really just there to be there for his first couple months. So we'll see what happens there. Singh, this guy is massive.
Yeah, huge. Like
Is that
Yeah,
gonna
that's it.
is that gonna be when we finally see our Paul White have one more match? So against that guy?
I don't really want to see that match. I'll be honest.
What?
But come on, like, yeah, well, he had a match on Dark, Paul White. I think it was in his hometown not too long ago. I forgot who he beat. I think he beat someone from the factory, probably.
Wow.
But I don't
Was
know.
but I think like he's the type of guy that when he finally knows deep down
Yeah,
that he's calling it quits, he's gonna have one more match. No?
sure.
Like you
Yeah,
said, he just had a match on Dark. That's not gonna be his last match of his career. Definitely not, right? So there's gonna be a point when he gets in shape and says, "I'm doing one more match." I guess I wouldn't be against that guy if it's one more, but it would be interesting. I'm a fan of seeing those spectacle of man. I'm a Vince
yeah.
McMahon
It
type of
looked great.
guy. That spectacle of a match. These two beasts,
Yeah.
marvel of men.
Like if that match happens, as long as it's not more than 5 minutes, then I'm okay with it.
Three and a half
Just then,
minutes. Three and a
there you
half
go.
minutes. A
Including
couple,
entrances.
a couple of lariats that like one doesn't go down, the other guy, the classic. It's all just one guy gets the other guy up in something, or maybe
sure.
a 7-footer on 7-footer suplex would be a sight for a pay-per-view fucking snapshot moment. Who knows? Who knows? One thing that we do know. Oh no, I was about to say that we know that the Gun Club loves their scissors, and I don't understand what the point of this promo was.
It's just the Gun Club and the Acclaimed are on the same page.
Yeah,
Because they claim they do the thing with the scissors.
yeah,
Anthony
I
Bowens
know, I
and
know, I
Max
know.
Caster. Okay,
So
yeah.
it's just that us, like, just letting us know that they're friends, pretty much. That's
Yeah,
all I was
exactly. Yeah.
All I can say is, God bless Billy Gunn, just loving life,
Yeah.
doing
Let me
what
on
he
the block.
loves doing with his family,
Yeah.
acting like a goofball. Cheers to
At
him.
60 years old, basically,
Yeah. Aside from the goofballness, though, they fucking work great. Great wrestlers, great team. But I want to. I actually want to see these teams fight. I hope this goal falls into a falling out. Hopefully,
Yeah, I
Gun
think it
Club
will.
versus
Yeah,
Acclaim.
jealousy.
That
Yeah,
could be a
jealousy.
nice. Sometimes you need those rivalries and feuds that are not around a title with these young teams, so they can have something to do, but you don't burn out their first title run type of stuff. Hopefully. But one thing we saw, we finally got to see Santana in action. Finally got to see him fight on Dynamite against Jericho here. Happy to see Santana and
Yeah.
Ortiz out there looking like fucking. They're jacked. They're just looking more and more professional every week. Santana again doing the best he could. This is almost like a Bobby Fish, Jeff Hardy match at the beginning. Like, you have a good young guy just doing what he could do with this other guy, Jericho. Did I hear? Is he calling himself the Wizard? No.
Yeah,
Did I hear
yeah.
that properly?
It was on Rampage on commentary. I think he was talking about the fireball that he threw to Eddie Kingston, and yeah, he's a wizard now. He's the wizard, the demo god, the champion. Like, how many nicknames does he need?
I don't know. This match was all right. Santana did what he could do, showed us what he has. It was exactly what we thought was gonna happen, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Kingston's
it was a
not there.
fun start. It was at least a fun start. I
Yeah,
thought, with
yeah.
Santana. It makes sense, Jericho, the Jericho Appreciation Society. Take that too. Take two. They're not gonna lose. Like, they just pretty much formed. So
Yeah, but you know
they're on a
what?
roll.
I feel
Yeah.
this is one of those matches where Jericho didn't need to be in this match. He just needed to be there and sing his song and shit. It would have been a better match if Ortiz fought against any of the younger guys on that team. I'm not Ortiz, Santana, sorry.
Yeah.
And then Jericho was the guy that screws him over. That's just my opinion. And maybe we would have got a little more fast paced. Still would have got all the fun stuff, the Jericho Appreciation Society stuff, because they're all there. But Jericho would be the one instigating. He's protected, doesn't have to do anything. And Santana could work with a younger guy and showcase himself. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, no, I see that too, but I guess they really just want to, I guess building until Eddie Kingston comes back
Yeah,
from
of course.
recovering from the fireball. So really, that the JAS is like,
Entertainment.
destroying Eddie Kingston.
It's
Yeah, they're,
entertainment.
they're they're destroying Eddie Kingston's boys, the Santana and Ortiz. I guess
Yeah,
that's
the
the story.
classic. The guys injured. They're outnumbered.
Yeah.
Feels bad for them. It is what it is. This is gonna culminate at Double or Nothing, correct? Is it announced officially or?
I don't think it has been, but that would make sense. I mean,
Yeah,
that's enough time to recover from the
yeah, way
fireball.
way
About a
more than enough
month.
time.
That kind of missed him, but it's okay. It's better that it missed than it hit him. So rather
Yeah.
that
Now
but it's
we pulled up to an interesting segment. We don't usually get this, but we got a clip from Rampage of Pillman's promo. Uh, is that what was it from Rampage? Right, the promo
I think it was from Dark
or Dark. Okay, Dark.
yesterday or
Oh yeah,
the day
because it's in the
before.
same city, right? So yeah, so whatever, Dark, I guess, right? And cutting a promo, saying that, talking about his dad's roommate. I forgot his name, the gentleman.
Yeah, it was the one of the I think he's the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens now, John
Okay,
something.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So that, and then all from that, did he called out the House of Black? Is disappointed of what they did to
Yeah.
Julia Hart and everything that
Yeah, he's calling them
pretty
out,
much,
yeah,
yeah,
because they basically like turned her against them, and
yeah,
he was saying that Julia Hart is what made them complete and like a full team. So yeah, he wanted
yeah.
to settle the issue with Julia Hart and the House of Black. Yeah,
Yeah. So cut forward to now tonight. He's waiting for them. House of Black comes out. It's not a match, I believe. He just called them out, right, to a fight.
yeah,
So
all dressed in their gear, but not a
yeah,
match. Yeah,
yeah. All three of them come out, 3-on-2. They're trying to protect Julia Hart, and then they just beat the crap out of them. They take Julia Hart hostage, give her a chair, and want her to smash Griff Garrison off the head with it. And she cannot do it. She cannot find it in her heart to do it. And then a very awkward moment the way Alistair Black, that's what's his name? Malachi.
Malachi.
Sorry, yeah, Malachi, as Claudia would say.
Yeah, sure.
Rips off her eye patch, is like throws her to the floor, and yeah. And then this, yeah. So, what are your thoughts here on what's going on?
I mean, I guess it would have been too obvious if Julia Hart just outright joined them. So I
Yeah,
guess in a
the
way,
fans really popped for it though, eh? Like the fans
yeah,
like
of
really.
course.
They start chanting "House." The first time they chanted for them, "House of
Yeah,
Black, House of Black." That was interesting, but yeah. So yeah,
yeah.
so interesting change,
I
yeah.
I think I think the end goal is probably going to be Julia Hart joining the House of Black. They didn't. I mean, it's good that there's some development because we've been seeing her week from week. Every once in a while she's just standing in the corner, not doing anything. She still has the eye patch for like months later. So it's about time they moved the story a little bit. It's a little more interesting now because she wouldn't do it, and now she has the eye patch ripped off from her face. So
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna see what effect that's going to happen in the next week or the weeks to come. So
One thing that is
yeah,
is kind of cool here that I like to do sometimes with the multiple storylines thing, that the House of Black and then the Varsity Blondes have been like a thing, was on the back
yeah,
burner for a little bit and reared its head again this week, and then the save was from Le Triangulo de la Muerte, his death triangle,
yeah.
which is the current feud that's going on with the House of Black. I like when they do that stuff. I like, so we don't get stuck with the promo every week, a la Britt Baker thing. Uh,
Real. Yeah, it's a
yeah,
good point. Yeah,
and it's exactly how they built the Wardlow storyline over the last freaking 2 years. Was the those little teasers of the started with the Wardlow staring at MJF when the camera would leave, and then the odd times that MJF started treating him like shit on camera. Like that. You've been watching, I'm sure, from the beginning, right? AEW.
pretty much. Yeah, I've been following. Like, I haven't watched like the full Dynamites. Like, I've only been like about a year been watching
Yeah.
Dynamite like weekly, but
Okay.
I've been following. Yeah, since it
Yeah.
started on clips. The
So
results. So yeah,
I'll definitely say, like, as much as I was out of the wrestling loop for a good probably 8 to 10 years loop there span,
Okay.
when I got back in, when I saw that first AEW pay-per-view, and then they launched their first show and all that, I watched every Dynamite, like almost every single one, and that's why like I saw like all those little moments, like those things they wouldn't put a clip of on YouTube, like the end of a promo when like it's a weird
Yeah,
look,
the little
or
teases.
yeah, and they really did it good, and kudos to that. And yeah, again here with the House of Black mixing in with the all three storylines. I hope that we don't get a freaking 5-man mixed tag next week or something. Now it's gonna be the Death Triangle and the Varsity Blondes against the House of Black with another two random guys they're gonna find on the street somewhere.
Butchering a blade. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That's probably gonna be a match, if not next week, the week after, to tie in all 8 of these guys missing 2, which will be the Butcher and the Blade. That'll be funny. The Butcher and the Blade have a history with Penta and
Oh yes,
Phoenix and
yeah, I guess it fits.
Bastard Pie. They've been there forever. I think they've had history with everyone at this point.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is the moment of the night where we all took a moment to pour up a glass of something and celebrate with the baddies, because we had our traditional weekly backstage promo with Jade Cargill and Brooke Hogan and my girl Red Velvet.
It's Kira Hogan, not Brooke though.
It's not, who's Brooke Hogan?
That's Hogan's daughter.
Oh yeah, what am I? Yes, I guess. That's
too many Hogans. That's why.
Why am I thinking of Brooke Hogan? I heard something that she said something stupid recently. I think that's why her name was on my mind.
Yeah,
it wasn't. She said something stupid recently. Something about her dad. Something that Hogan did.
Yeah.
Wrestlers Union.
The unions.
Yeah, that's
unions.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Was it Kira Hogan?
Yeah, Kira Hogan.
Sorry, because I definitely I do not mean to disrespect the baddies, which is my favorite women's crew here in wrestling. Yeah, but yeah, we got the traditional stupidities, just them chilling, talking shit. Jade Cargill, she just looks like a fucking beast, though, eh? Like she wears these, now she's wearing the stupid outlandish costumes more and more now, that just makes you see how fucking jacked she is. Like, I gotta give her props, man. Give her props.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's a champion and she looks like a champion. Yeah. She's like untouchable. That's the way she's being presented, and that's the right way to present someone.
Yeah. And at least she's got the girls with her too, to give her more of a crew, so it wouldn't get stale with just her having to act cool with this freaking guy all the time, which but he's doing his job. He's doing his job for what he's there for. But yeah, so that's that. So pretty much what we get out of this, that they're celebrating that, and that Red Velvet is in the Owen Hart tournament. Is pretty much the whole point of this, and that she's gonna win the damn thing.
Sure. We'll see.
And then after that, let's move it along. I believe we had the Rey Fenix, Dante Martin.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm missing something here. Before the Thunder Rosa thing moment, the Thunder Rosa promo, was there something else?
I don't. It was just like they went through they showed the brackets of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament for the men, and they had Darby Allin and Sting just talking about Jeff Hardy.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. It was just one of those random slews of information information
all
vomit.
the matches.
This is a whole bunch of shit in 48 seconds. Okay, so let's back it back up to where I was. Yeah, so we had Owen Hart qualifying match.
Yes.
Rey Fenix, the high flyer, against Dante Martin, the young high flyer. Again, a nice show. Good action. But was exactly kind of what I thought we were going to get out of these two guys. Yeah. And then the fact that it's face versus face in this qualifier, it's like, man, give me something a little more than, not, I don't want to, I try not to hate because I love everyone, what they're doing. I love the gymnastics, as they call it, when they pull out the big crazy moves. But man, now you're really giving us nothing to work with here. You're giving us a young baby face. A baby face everyone loves that just came back from an injury. You're putting them in a match with two of the exact same styles of wrestling in the same match. They're both faces, like qualifying match. Yeah. Like you really, you know what I mean? Like no one turned heel or face in this match. Did I miss anything here?
Oh, I mean, I don't think they really had to.
Too critical.
I think, like, I mean, I'm gonna disagree for this thing because I think, maybe.
Yeah, I want. Make me believe, brother.
I just think maybe you're expecting a bit too much from like this tournament. I'll be honest. I don't think we're gonna see like any.
I'm thinking just in general in wrestling matches. Like I've just always been saying that sometimes heel versus heel, or face versus face. Sometimes you really gotta work with the story and get into it as if they're really competing to win. Right? That's the whole point of it. But when it's either a storyline or it's a guy that people clearly hate this guy's face and clearly like this guy, especially when it's a tournament match, they have no storyline, right? But if person A is just a piece of crap just off of his history, and person B is a face off of his history, put them in the qualifying match. At least now, no matter what you want to happen, people are going to cheer most probably this guy. Or at least know that they have to cheer this guy, and this is the bad guy, and
we had that at the beginning of the night with Bobby Fish and Jeff Hardy in a way. So like this one was just really like it was just the competition.
Fish is a heel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jeff Hardy's your beloved babyface that everyone was crazy for. So for this match, Rey Fenix and Dante Martin, you didn't need that. It was really just a clash of high flyers. That's what it had to be. And the story, the story for this match is just they want to qualify for the Owen Hart Foundation. But I mean, it's enjoyable if you don't like that style of wrestling of the high spot.
I know, I like it. I think,
I'm just saying in general, like
I do like it, but like if like back in days WCW, you would have Billy Kidman against like Psychosis or something. Like this is the bad guy and this is the good guy. They're both high flyers. They're both a cruiserweight, lucha libre, styles, but they give you something to work with. That's all I'm saying. It's all again the FTR match last week. The only negative was that there wasn't a little like, why are these two teammates just fighting each other to qualify?
Yeah, but I mean, like last week with FTR, like you did have a bit of a story within match. Like no one turned heel, but you had Cash getting a little upset.
No, they did a great job. Do not get me wrong. They did a great job to, out of nowhere, like as they call it, I guess, in the business. I don't like to talk like one of those guys that knows, but they found a way to generate heat in the match, even though people liked both of them. Was there heat in this match? Who was the heat on in this match?
I mean...
It was like, Cirque du Soleil.
It
was Cirque du Soleil.
It didn't have to be, but like that's the thing. Like I mean, like pro wrestling could be like anything. That's like.
But give me Cirque du Soleil with a story. But
to me, honestly, the only thing that was disappointing to me about this match is that I feel like Dante Martin should have won. I know Rey Fenix is great. Like
but
he just came back from an injury too.
Let's just say and hope that they gave him some light. They gave Dante Martin a little push a couple months ago where he's got a lot of featuring. Let's keep him in the Rockers moment right now. Let's maybe not make him, go up and get these big losses too early, which are the ones that people remember. Whereas this is a loss that's like just like a throwaway loss. You know what I mean? Whereas if he builds up and, either loses a title shot or loses a semifinal or a tournament final, you remember that more as like a loser, right? So to protect the wrestler, I think it might be better for a young guy. Like they have so many guys, man. They have so many guys.
He's so young. He's 20, like early 20s. So like he's not gonna like it's not gonna affect him. I just personally like I feel like considering like when I saw the Best of the Super Juniors tournament, And for New Japan, like I know I was reading Dante Martin was a name that was being thrown around. So to me, it was like it sucks that he's not part of the Super Juniors tournament in New Japan, and now he's not part of the Owen. So it's like two tournaments he could have been a part of, but that's just like personal
Yeah.
preference.
I
But
feel, yeah. But they don't really have a tournament for, like you said, that's a Super Junior tournament that they're having out there, and this is more just like a tournament open. And there's all established guys in this one,
exactly.
so I think they should have like a what's the what they say the pillars of the no
AEW?
yeah
Oh,
are they, they should have like a rookie of the year or like
sure.
a freshman tournament. It's just like like a title to give a young guy to carry. Like how MJF had the Diamond
Yeah,
ring for so long.
I can't remember, but it's escaping me. But ROH Ring of Honor had that for a while, where they would take talent that were part of the ROH's school, their dojo, and like up and coming indie wrestlers, and they would do that a top prospect tournament. It just came to
Yeah,
me. ROH had that a couple years ago. Like
yeah.
I think they,
It
they did it.
gives like
Yeah,
it gives all like, AEW has a lot of the under guys, so it gives them something to do. It gives them I really think they do. Think of like what that like the King of the
yeah,
Ring did for so many people that
sure.
carried that stupid freaking
King of Hearts, right?
the thing the whole year, and stuff like that. So I really think they should do an undercard tournament. It would be fun. Or maybe once they fully blend all those ROH titles into the mix and all that, they're gonna start using those too, right? Once they blend all
Yeah,
the talent pool together. We'll see. We'll see. They just need more things to get people to do because, like you said, the Owen Hart tournaments have all established people already. It's the same thing as the what's the name of the ladder match again with the ring? I forgot.
oh my God, it's escaping
Whatever.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
The ring revolution
Brad,
ring match or whatever.
yeah.
There's so many of
Face,
these.
face, face of the revolution. I think.
That's what it is. So there, face of
Face of the,
revolution.
yeah.
So it's now a tournament with the same caliber of guys.
And
I
then I think don't they usually have the sorry to cut you off the world title eliminator tournament? Don't they do that
I don't know.
like towards the end of the year of Full Gear? They usually do a tournament. I think it's that one.
I
But
don't remember.
so yeah,
Do they?
I know they did it last year with wasn't it with Miro and Bryan Danielson? I think that's what it was. But
Was it for the
they have
TBS title?
yeah, they had a tournament for that too. Yeah,
There's
but
so many tournaments, eh?
yeah,
We'll
hard to
see.
keep
We'll
track.
see. We'll
But I love
see.
tournaments. I'll be honest. I love
No, no,
tournaments.
but exactly. It's better than just having a throwaway match. So I like that stuff. We'll see. I'm sure they're gonna give Rey Fenix, something after that injury he took for them. So I'm sure that's why he got the victory. But hey, we'll see what happens there. Dante Martin's got a bright future. Rey
Yeah.
Fenix, everyone loves him. He's a great performer. Always puts on a show.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's move it on here to Thunder Rosa. Tells us how she drove 8 hours back in the days to go see this woman, Serena Deeb, who was her inspiration, and now called her out to the stage. And we're going to see a long-awaited match here that everyone's been wanting to see. Serena Deeb against Thunder Rosa. Wow.
Yeah.
Could this be too early? Is Serena Deeb going to win?
I feel like Serena Deeb is not gonna win, although because I like Thunder Rosa, and they've had the great chemistry together, Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa. I know they wrestled. I don't know if it was a year ago or a year and a half ago on it was either a Dynamite. No, I guess must have been Dynamite. Rampage wasn't there, so they wrestled each other before on TV, and I think they've wrestled each other in probably other indies. But I mean, yeah, they built up Serena Deeb so well, so I don't want to see her lose either. But I think it's Thunder Rosa like should have a good fairly lengthy title reign. She doesn't have to be like a year champion, 9 months or something, but 5-6 months I think is a good length for Thunder Rosa to have.
They're grasping at straws to have good, legit heel women in that
Yeah,
division. So, but one thing I think will be good for Serena Deeb is that they're gonna get the most out of her because she's gonna be a loved heel, right? She's a
Yeah.
heel that people believe, but actually like. So
Yeah.
when the time comes, when she does her jobs and makes these other champions look good, like she's probably gonna do here. When it's that time that they give her a face run, everyone always loves that. When that heel that you've
Yeah.
cheered for like a year, a couple of years even, now comes out and does something the right moment to go face and is going for that title. The
Yeah.
build is real. So that should be interesting. I think it could be a good thing, but it's gonna be a good
Yeah.
match, right? It's gonna be a good
Yeah.
match.
Good match, and I thought their promo tonight together was good. Like, very, very solid, and that's the thing. I like Thunder Rosa. I feel like other baby faces in that role where you're kind of like talking about yourself. You're saying, your struggle, how hard it took for you to get to where you are. I'm happy that the fans didn't start like crapping on her and like giving her a hard time. But it's because it's like you feel it. Like when she talks, she has a lot of passion, a lot of
Yeah,
energy, and you can tell, she has like the weight of what it took to get to where she is. So I'm glad that comes across, and I'm glad that because sometimes we know pro wrestling fan base fans sometimes they're the best, sometimes they're the worst,
they
and in this case.
where they say they like to hijack the show sometimes.
Sure,
Right?
there you go. And in this case, they didn't, so I'm happy that they were on her side. And so that made a good promo between her and Serena Deeb afterwards. And she plays her part really well. It's like you think you're the best
Yeah.
just because you're the champion. Well, I'm actually the best. And she has a good point. And she's the best. She should be champion, Serena Deeb. Let's go. Like Tony Khan, let's fucking go, right?
That's it. Well, when they say this is happening, it's happening at Double or Nothing.
Yes, double or
Uh,
nothing. Yeah.
and there we go. And speaking of hijacking the show was hijacked by Ring of Honor here for the main event. And
Yeah.
this is what I was talking about when I said that the show started higher and kind of ended a bit lower. Nothing against these two women here. Why was this the main event of the night?
Um, I mean, I guess I'm thinking it had to do with if you've been following Becky Lynch on her recent comments about WWE having the best women's wrestling in the world,
Okay.
the best women's division, and I think it has to do with that. Honestly, maybe like Tony Khan, it got under his skin, and even though like Becky Lynch, like when she does her interviews, half the time she does it in character, like she's gonna
Yeah.
talk like highly about her own work and the work of the WWE women, and she has the right to do that. She has reason, but oftentimes she's just like stirring the pot, stirring shit,
Yeah.
all in good faith, like in friendly competition. But I think maybe that was the reason to put them in the main event, and it is like a title unification match, so that isn't.
What is the did I miss
Yeah.
maybe I guess I did. What is the reason why there's a unification? Why is there two titles?
It's because when RH they had their Super Card of Honor pay-per-view, I think it was like a few weeks ago. Deonna Purrazzo, she was the ROH champion, but she couldn't wrestle on that show because Impact Wrestling had another show on the same date, so she couldn't.
Ah.
She was already booked for Impact. So and that's the thing though. Like I don't understand like the idea of having interim champions in pro wrestling because this is something normal in sports. Okay, it happens all the time in boxing, happens all the time in UFC and MMA. That's fine, but this is something so new to pro wrestling. Like you can't just like start doing it and have like people expect it to be like normal all of a sudden. All they had to do was just make it a number one contendership match. Mercedes Martinez versus Willow at the RH pay-per-view. Winner faces Deonna Purrazzo at the next date. You didn't have to have an interim champion, but he sees it differently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he did with the TNT
Yeah,
title with Sammy
exactly.
Guevara and
For,
Cody Rhodes. There was
the,
no
the
reason.
guy misses 1 week. We have to have a title match. We said it was gonna be a title match,
But
so
hey,
we're gonna
who
make
cares?
you two fight for the title, and the guy that has the title not fight for the title.
Just
Uh,
because it was on Battle of the Belts, it's like who gives a shit, But
it was the good match, I guess I could say. Uh,
yeah,
Deonna
towards the end, I liked
Purrazzo
it.
did not give the code of honor at the beginning.
Yeah,
Did not abide by the code of honor, showing the utter disrespect.
yeah.
Because is she Canadian?
I don't think so. I was from New Jersey, actually. No,
Okay.
I can't remember where, some place I can't remember, but no, she's American.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they didn't have much time here to have a
yeah,
match.
that's the thing.
It was like
Yeah,
7 to 12 minutes with a commercial break in between that. Uh, Good match. That's all I can say.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
it picked up at the end. I think that, and they had a better, like they've had better matches against each other. They had one like not too long ago on Impact. I think it was the beginning of the year, sometime in January. It was Deonna Purrazzo versus Mercedes Martinez, and might have been for maybe, I don't even know if it was for the RH title, or maybe it was for the other, the because Deonna had the AAA title, the Reina de Reinas title before, so maybe it was for that title, or maybe it was for the
okay.
Knockouts title. Who knows? I can't remember. But
Who knows?
I wish they got more time. They work well together, and I'm glad that she's finally in AEW, even if it's one match, Deonna Purrazzo, because she's improved so much. She never got a chance. Like, she never got a fair chance in NXT. She got cut before she could really, do anything or get a chance to do what she's doing now. She went to like Impact, she went to AAA, she went to other indies, and really upped her game. Uh, she became RH champion, Knockouts champion in TNA or Impact, and Reina de Arenas champion AAA. So it was good to see her, get a high profile match on Dynamite. I hope to see more. I hate that she lost, but Mercedes is good in her role too. So no disrespect to her.
No disrespect. It was just like I said, it was a good match, but just like for the casual like Dynamite fan to tune in and no backstory and like I feel like even the fans like going I'm used to going off air with like a little pandemonium or
Yeah.
did anything happen? She just celebrated her victory, right? There's no one who came out or challenged her.
Celebrated her victory, and then they did the code of honor. She
That's it.
shook
Yeah,
they, they shook each
that
other's
was it.
hands.
It was
Yeah,
cool. It was a very cool, nice.
yeah.
Everyone gets a participation trophy, kind of ending of a night match
But I
moment.
agree, because they did do on their again, talk about their YouTube special, the when they do the Road to every week of Dynamite, they had a few minutes
Yeah,
preview of Deonna Purrazzo and Mercedes Martinez, so they should have aired some of that during the night,
or
or
that,
or on
or
yeah,
just give them more time, so it's one of those matches, that's like you get to that point of like, oh man, they've been battling, like, like, enough time for like someone to be selling an injury both of them, and then it's like, well, oh, this is a match for the ages. Like these women are going at it here on the main event of Wednesday Night Dynamite.
I wonder if that happened in picture because I don't watch when it's picture in picture. Maybe that was happening during the break. So
Yeah, who
I don't
knows?
know. Because when they came back, they were just like kind of going to like the finishing stretch. So
Yeah, so I said it was a very like we're just putting this match to have this unification match, very like, and then it was very fast, very,
yeah,
you saw it was like I'll call it. It was like a TikTok version of like what these women could do. It was a very quick, like bite
yeah,
size. Da 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 da. You saw them few moves. Yeah, they know how to wrestle. Match is done early. That get out of here, out of
yeah.
Dynamite.
They needed more time, but
But so
that yeah.
Deonna Purrazzo is 100% Ring of Honor, and Mercedes Martinez, she's AEW though, right? She's been in
Well,
AEW for a long time.
yeah. Oh, Deanna's with Impact though.
Oh,
She's not with AEW, so that's why it seemed obvious she was gonna lose. So I was a little, disappointed with that. But I think like again, this is not like to okay, I'll be careful the way I say this, but it's like Mercedes Martinez is really good. I like her. Like I like her in ring work, and she's strong when she has to cut a promo. But I just feel like if you want a face of your women's division, Deonna Purrazzo is like under 30, and she's like really like hot right now in terms of like her name being out there. So I was thinking that I would think that you would want that to represent your women's division, but probably because she's not under contract, Mercedes is a great second choice. But not to say any disrespect, but I would expect to go to Deonna Purrazzo first. But contracts come into play and wrestling politics
So
for sure.
we're getting into this era of contracts, and
Yeah,
you know what? It's I like it. It's kind of cool because it's like a better, more realistic version of the brand wars, and like not necessarily, not that they're all at war, but like that so like we're talking about it now, so and so's contracted to this company, but we could still maybe see a fight over here for this title one time, like the way someone on SmackDown could show up on Raw and I want to come for this title, but it was like, you're all the same company, so it's not that unbelievable. At least this is a little more like, oh shit, like
Yeah, but I agree. It's interesting, but the only problem is that it's always the AEW guys or the women who are under contract that are gonna win. Like that's the problem. Like
big money Tony's he's bankrolling this whole operation here of like this revolution against the WWE monopoly. But for now, but doesn't mean he's probably looking at these other places as like his OVW and other developmentals that. So now when he finally sees a time that he wants to bring Deonna Purrazzo up to AEW or Mercedes Martinez up to AEW, Impact and ROH will have other good girls, and then for them to beat,
Sure, yeah, but like I just feel like now that AEW like Tony Khan owns ROH, he should just like end ROH. It has no reason to exist anymore.
Well, he should, like I said, he
served its purpose.
He's
close it down.
He's got to keep the brand. It's the smartest way because he has so many wrestlers. You have another show, another brand. You have different titles, so you don't have to have a AEW Universe champion and a AEW Heavyweight champion, and then tag team champions on this show, and then you need storylines, so you're gonna be two tag team champions the last show. This is like at least you could have. We talked about this. At least they could have an inner company brand war, but it being actually two different brands and their own set of titles. There's no confusion. There's at least the suspense belief of like, although we know Tony owns both of them, these are two different companies, and especially that Ring of Honor has the whole code of honor and all those little things that make it still feel like its own company. I think it's better for him, or else like, what are we gonna have? Think of all the guys, like we said, so many stars and potential stars and talent on AEW. They need something to do. So use this brand. Like you said, he got the brand, but he didn't get all the wrestlers, right?
No, exactly. Yeah.
So he could use that brand. Like this is him. Mercedes Martinez is for sure. She's under contract with Tony Khan, right?
Yeah.
But wrestling for ROH, right?
Sure. Tony Khan, whatever.
Same thing with Samoa Joe, right?
Yeah.
It's a Ring of Honor title he has, right? The TV title.
Yeah, he's the TV title.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, it's we're already seeing it. Actually, now I'm saying it out loud. When is their show, Ring of Honor? Do they have?
They haven't announced.
They haven't announced
it. Anything.
Exactly.
No, they don't have any TV anymore, and they don't have any shows coming.
Yeah. Either Friday night is gonna be Ring of Honor instead of Rampage, eventually.
That would be okay. I think. Yeah, that would.
I think that would be the perfect thing for them to do, to rank. But who knows what they have in the pipeline? These days, like the cost for TV companies to get wrestling on their show, on their network compared to a lot of other type of TV is very cheap. So, and Tony Khan with all these freaking deals and people he knows and all that, he might just get another time slot and make his life a living hell and have 3 weekly shows. But I think Friday night would be good. To be honest. But
I know AEW they're getting another show, but it's like a behind the scenes thing, so it's not going to be like a weekly like another Rampage or something. So
but like a control room thing, like the control room there showing like what happened throughout the universe, let's say, with a compile
like reality based kind of thing. Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, you mean like you're saying like backstage and like shit like that?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I like the old school like control room there. Like you get like a half-hour show where it's like a host and.
Okay, no, not that. No, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, should be interesting. Should be interesting. But one thing that we know that will be interesting is AEW Dynamite review next week. same place, same time, same channel, we will be. As we pull out of here, final thoughts. Like I said, I feel it started like this and just slowly, like, excitement level, kind of, and then ended off with just poof. Like, honestly, my final thought, now that I'm saying it out loud, I feel like the ending was a lot of just quick segments. Like, okay, the Pillman House of Black, quick segment. The Baddies promo, quick segment. Fenix, Dante Martin, also a match that went through commercial break and was a quick, fun match. Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb moment, segment. And then we had the Deonna Purrazzo, and then in between both of those was that vomit of everything that's happening in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I think that could have taken effect too. That at some point they just cram so many segments that there's nothing that sticks to you. Like I said, that match at the end maybe would have been more stuck to me if it was a bit longer. Let them get in trouble. Let them get heat. Let someone have an injury or whatever. But that's just me.
Sure, yeah. They do too much, AEW. That's the criticism I have. I know they only have 2 hours and they have, 1 million people on the roster, but I hate to say it, but unfortunately not everyone has to be on the show all the time. But just focus on your main characters, your main wrestlers, and stop trying to cram 30-second promo here of the same people. Stop. Focus on your main guys. Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's one thing we know is that Tony Khan himself watches this review every week. He doesn't say it in the chat anymore because he got scared off by Frank last time. But this is the official AEW Dynamite review. Maybe. But we do know Tony Khan watches. Or someone named Tony Khan. But that's it. That's all. Enough screwing around. Alex, been a good time. Another good week. Another good time shooting the shit.
Thanks again, bro.
AEW, Jofo Universe. That's it. We're out of here.
Follow Jofo in the ring.
Oh, let's not forget. What is it?
Too sweet, too elite.
Too sweet, too elite. That's what it is right here. And also, do not forget that wrestling is... Say it.